Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this Friday morning. I know you're glad it's Friday, so sit back with that cup of coffee, relax, and enjoy a good show that we have lined up for you. Starting off with our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at Baldwin and 77. Their number is 767-5500. Come by and check out all the programs they have there. High today is going to be 86 and low tonight 66. And our water temperature was going up another degree from yesterday. Yesterday we talked about being 80. Well, this morning it's 81 degrees. So we're looking at a warming trend in the water. Now take a look at our river readings. It's again, folks, the big river, the Apalachicola of Bluntstown is reading a 0.4. And it is flatline all the way through this past week, and we're looking all the way on through Monday or Tuesday of next week. Now the Choctawhatchee, with a little bit of rain we've had up in South Alabama and the northern part of our Panhandle, we're up at a 2.4, and it's dropping out a little bit now, and it's going to drop out on to Saturday, so it's going to end up about 2 foot Saturday. So got a little bit of drop on the Choctawhatchee River, and the Apalachicola River just flat. And just be careful of sandbars and snags if you're over there this weekend. Now, let's take a look at our tide chart brought to us by Carl Vernon Marine Specialties, docks, seawalls, boat houses, and lifts. You're looking on the day, the 18th, we're looking at a high tide at 7:57 this morning, right around 8 o'clock, and low tide late this evening at 6:15. So we'll have an outgoing tide all day today. So that's a nice, good strong tide. A good strong tide for tomorrow and especially next week. So we're looking at some good situations there. Okay? Always like to give every Friday morning, give a big shout out to the folks down at Sea Quarters Marina. They've been catching a mess out of grouper down there. So if you get a chance to get down there in those 4 county areas, so you can catch them right inside the state boundaries there, up to 9 miles out. They've been catching them in 35 and 45 foot of water. Nice. One guy caught 2 that the aggregate weight was 35 pounds. That's 2 nice grouper right there. Okay, let's take our first break. We'll be back with our special guest.
Your vision is precious. If an emergency arises, you don't want to be sitting in a hospital waiting room. Accidents and injuries can happen outside of your workday. That's why our team of physicians provide emergency eye care to our patients anytime, day or night. You can count on your local experts in eye care to be there for you whenever you need us. The Eye Center of North Florida.
9 doctors, 1 vision, yours.
At Panhandle Educators, we offer full-service banking.
We're 5-star rated.
A safe place for your money.
Find us anytime, anywhere.
Or come see us on Highway 77 north of the mall. On the east side, across from Rutherford High School.
Come see us at the beach on R. Jackson Boulevard.
We're here in Southport on Highway 77.
Live or work in Bay, Holmes, Jackson, or Washington County? You can be a member.
Join us. We'll take care of you.
The letter X. It's one tough letter, and the only one that stands for something. It's the mark of the unknown factor, the spot of the buried treasure, the model of rugged beauty. But what really sets it apart is its power to multiply everything.
Sweet Old Bob says see and save on all Exmark products today at Soul Tractor.
We are so lucky to live in North Florida. We have some of the best fresh and saltwater fishing in the world. My biggest problem is not catching fish, but trying to decide what kind of fish I want to catch. No matter what I'm after, I always stop at Sunjammers Water Sports first. They have just what I need: rods and reels, line, tackle, and most important, live bait. Yes, sir, we sure are lucky.
Hi, welcome back, and welcome Brad Stevens.
Good morning, Coach.
Brad's not only one of our good sponsors, he's just a good friend of ours and all. We went by Sunjammer Saturday afternoon. Gail and I were out in that area and stopped by, and I kept looking for the blue light because you had so many. I saw you had a blue light special. You had so many people Saturday afternoon in the store.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's
yeah.
That was good.
I sound horrible every time I say we're almost too busy.
And people are like, you can never be too busy. But when you got good paying customers like Coach standing around, and you're trying to juggle to get to them, it's, it's.
You were, and he had customers right and left, and he was going back and forth. I was impressed by the crowd though, and folks are just, people are loving these kayaks and all the trimmings.
Exactly. Kayak fishing has just exploded again locally. I thought about a year ago, I was like, all right, it's going to plateau for a little while. We're here, and we're just maintaining status quo. Or last year it skyrocketed, and this year it skyrocketed again. It's just, so I've said this for years. If you're thinking about getting into kayak fishing, don't think you're alone. Mention it to some buddies at work, some friends, friends on your bowling team or your golf team. It doesn't matter. Everybody that's probably watching this show that likes outdoors and fishing is thinking about kayak fishing, it seems like.
And there's a reason, one simple reason why it's so popular, and that reason is it's fun. It's as simple as that. It's like having kids that play with toys fun. Well, these are just fun to be in.
Yeah, we talk with people all the time. They're like, all right, I'm buying this, fishing, yeah, I'll kind of fish out of it. I got a boat for that. Next time I see them, I'm like, how's that boat doing? They're like, man, we aren't even sure our lift still works, our trailer rolls. We haven't touched it. Not that there's anything wrong with the boat. It's just something about catching a fish out of a kayak, may it be a 12-inch trout or a 30-inch grouper. There's just something nostalgic, something magical about it. And that's not a sales pitch. It sounds like it is, but until you do it, you have no idea how addictive it is.
Yep. And take my word for it, he's exactly right. I'm not trying to sell you in either, but we just love ours. And I don't care, like I say, it could be a cell cat. I catch a lot of cell cats out of mine. But,
we need to work on that's another show.
Okay. So what else you got? We were talking.
You realize tomorrow is the day that y'all bought y'all's gaggle of kayaks.
That's right. It's the anniversary, and I don't know if I told you folks. Maybe we did show the picture of it and all. We went in and was it 10 or 11?
I think it was 11.
11 kayaks. Just went in. Gail had retired, and she wanted to do something with the family. We have 11 people in our family, counting kids and grandkids. So we want to make sure everybody in our family has a kayak, and that was special. We surprised everybody with it. Y'all brought it out there in the driveway on a Friday afternoon. You're right. It's Friday afternoon.
The way I remember it is my little girl was born today on the 17th, and all that I was at the hospital juggling that truck coming in. So y'all could have your boats on Friday morning.
We all got them out there and all, and we have used them.
I've seen pictures. They're good. Real quick, lures. This is the Paul Brown lure. Hard to see on TV. This is a soft plastic hard bait. I know that sounds weird until you touch one and feel one. This is an absolutely deadly bait over in Texas. It's got a slight rattle to it. There's no way you're going to be able to hear it on TV. What you do is you work this nice and slow. And what I do anytime I get a new lure is I Google it. I Google reviews on it. I go to forums. I learn how to use it. There's some guys that are actually bending this lure to give it a little bit of a twist so it'll kind of pop one way. But it has they got a fancy word, a weight to something ratio where it'll work on top of the water and then it'll kind of sink and just kind of hover inches below it. If you're getting a lot of short strikes on top water, you just can't quite get a hook up. What's nice about this bait is when you're working it, you get those little blow-ups. If you stop, it'll sink just a little right down there, and you aren't going to catch a lot of little fish with this, but the fish you catch are going to sure enough be nice. That's going to be the Paul Brown original, and we got a handful of them in stock.
And the thing about they're so simple looking. I mean, there's nothing fancy about it. You don't see these great variety of colors on it. You got big old eyes. Okay, and it's just real simple, but it does work.
It almost looks homemade.
It does, don't it?
Because the guy that started it was making it at his house. It's a mirror lure product now with L&S Bait Company. But it's an absolutely phenomenal bait. It's one of the top. Look at there. It's already caught a fish.
Caught a fish right there. I tell you they work.
It's one of the top baits over in Texas. So those Texas boys catch really big trout. I think we don't have the number of big trout here, but we have good trout here. You just got to learn how to catch them, and copying what they do. That's the biggest form of flattery is copying. So if you think them Texas boys know how to catch big baits, learn how they're doing it, or to catch big fish. Learn what baits they're throwing in practice. Get out of the boat, wade, even get out of the kayak and wade. Those big fish are skittish, so you're going to have to get out and wade a little bit. I don't like wading. I'm not a fan of the mystery bubbles, but I've been wade fishing a lot in the evenings behind the house, and I'm starting to enjoy it. There's just something, it's kind of like kayak fishing. There's something else being out there, not in a boat, nothing motorized. It's just, it's just you and Mother Nature out there fishing.
That's exactly right. Okay, let's take our break right now, and we'll be right back.
Clay O'Neill's Land Clearing. When you need land clearing, pond digging, road building, or any type of excavation, Clay O'Neill's Land Clearing is fully equipped to handle it. If the job is big or small, he covers it all, serving the Florida Panhandle from Madison County to Escambia County. He's just a phone call away. Hey, thanks, Clay, for another job well done.
Harold Milling Company, rough and tough dog food. Harold Milling Company builds it. They build hog feed. They build dairy feed. They make chicken feed. They have specialty feeds for rabbits. If you got a worm farm, grandmother used to have a worm farm. Look at the Harold Milling Company. You want to go down and get you, the dog's not running anymore. That's all over with. You want to get that 16% and drop down from the 26% protein. You don't want over to get fat. Harold Milling Company, you can buy at almost any feed store in the Panama City area.
Steel, the #1 selling brand of handheld outdoor power equipment in America.
Right now, dependable grass trimmers start at just $159.95.
For cleanup, hard-working Steel blowers start at $149.95.
Plus, double your limited warranty with your Steel product purchase.
Start easier, work smarter, finish faster with Steel, #1 in America.
Guido Bob says see and save today and every day on all Steel outdoor products at Soul Tractor.
When you stop by Blue Water Outriggers, you will find everything for your outdoor adventure. Stock up on all your favorite brands and shop for some of the latest outdoor gear and accessories. You can also shop online and have your orders delivered straight to your home. Our flagship store is nestled right off the Highway 98 in the Port City Shopping Center, just steps away from the Port St. John Marina. You will love our selection, our prices, and our friendly service.
Hi, welcome back. Sitting here with Brad Stevens from Sunjammers, I guess the founder and creator of Sunjammers, and really great kayak and accessory store out there on right off 79 off the Back Beach Road.
Yep, 3 blocks north of Back Beach Road on Highway 79.
And a good sponsor. So what else we got? I know you always bring some good stuff.
Everybody, the iPhone is still the hottest crave. Your standard iPhone, I should have brought a bucket of water and dunked this in it so everybody realizes.
We'll do that next time, yeah.
This is a waterproof case. It's basically like an OtterBox, which everybody's familiar with. The OtterBox are the impact cases to keep you from cracking your pretty phone. This takes it one step further. It's shockproof, it's waterproof. I use it as an underwater video camera. When you come into the store, we'll explain to you, there are some risks. You are putting your phone underwater. The case is guaranteed not to leak, but it's still, there's some testing processes. Mm-hmm. We get people stopping in. They'll hear a radio commercial on or something, and they'll swing it on their way to the beach or on their way to West Bay. And I'm like, whoa, no, take the case, go home. Mm-hmm. Do it tonight and make sure you do it properly. Your phone is 100% fully operational in the case. You still have a waterproof connection up top to get your headphones on. You still have your charging door on the bottom to access to it. It flips open. It's a nice hard seal. It all seals waterproof. Everything on it is still absolutely fully functional. Not a problem. I haven't had anybody complain about my call quality through my case. Good. Talking about, hearing me hearing them. They're life-proof cases. I believe we were the first independent retailer in the country to get this product. I've been after this company to sell to me for about a year and a half. They were exclusive to a couple box stores and then some major phone carriers, and then Apple stores just picked them up. Once I saw all of that, I went to them and said, look, y'all are expanding out away from this one box store. Mm-hmm. Give me a shot. So I ordered a couple cases of them, and I knew they'd be hot sellers, and they're phenomenal. Yeah. So if you have anybody in your family or yourself that has an iPhone, you're thinking, I'm never on the water. My phone's in a dry box when I'm on the water. It's just out there for an emergency. If you're on the water in an emergency situation and your phone's nice, safely in a dry box, hooray. You have to open that dry box. Now it's a wet box. You have to open it, put your wet hands in there. If you're in an emergency, everything's already going the wrong way. Murphy's already riding along with you. So you need your phone in a waterproof, functional waterproof case if you're using it for an emergency, or else it's probably not going to do you any good.
You know, and that's a good point too. This is National Safe Boating Week and all, and we talk about all these safety procedures. But that's something. The big thing about situational accidents is a time frame. A lot of times you just don't have a lot of time between when something happens and when you really get in trouble.
Yes.
That period of time is very short, and that's when you need to have something you can grab real quick.
Exactly.
Life jackets, phone, get a hold of some people. Flares.
VHF radio, you know, if you're out in the Gulf, because phones, you know, especially as you start getting down lower, those phones seem to work less. Anyway, we got them in stock. We have plenty of them in stock. We have the belt holders, put them on your arm to run, whatever you need. We have most of the accessories. You can go to our website, sunjammers.com, click on the giant life-proof banner on the top of the home page, and there's a bunch of how-to YouTube videos on there the company puts out telling people, you know, how to take all these precautions to make sure your iPhone doesn't get damaged.
That's important. That's something, and you know, talking about technology, having to keep up with it, and all. These are some of the things. It's not bad. This is good technology. It's really going to help mankind and help the outdoorsmen in particular.
Yeah, and don't think of this case as needing it out on the water. You know, you're doing dishes and the phone rings, or you know, you're sitting on the back deck. You get caught in the rain shower, or you know, you drop it in the sand, or you have kids like I do and they're painting. It doesn't matter. They got paint on their hands. They can grab it. Because it literally, I can stick my phone under the faucet and clean it off.
That's good.
So.
Okay, what are some of the folks coming by the shop and all during the past week? What are some of the guys catching?
Trout and redfish in West Bay seem to be extremely, you know, abundant. You know, I almost hate to use the word abundant, but you know that pretty much everybody that's running the West Bay is getting bit. If you aren't, you know, slow it down. Everybody that we're seeing, you know, we're watching the way that we're just throwing out and reeling. I'm like, are you reeling that fast? They're like, well, yeah. I said, well, slow it down. Paul Brown lure, they say if you think you're working it slow it down just a little bit more. And the topwater bite's been pretty consistent anywhere. You know, we either on the Paul Brown or, you know, one of the old standbys, which is the Spook Junior. In bone color. It's one of our top selling ones. I shouldn't have said that because I think we ran out of these yesterday. But we got more on the way. And another thing, everybody walks in the store, they're like, what color is the most productive? Well, you know, honestly, it's whatever somebody on a TV show somewhere, an article wrote about, makes it the most productive.
Because more people are going to fish with it then, so you're going to catch more fish.
It becomes everybody's confidence bait. You hear us in the shop talk about confidence bait. Pick a bait you like. DOA shrimp, one of my favorite shrimps to throw is a DOA shrimp. They're phenomenal baits, but you got to learn how to work it or you probably aren't going to get bit.
And I say it over and over again, this is why we have a tackle box. We have a tackle box full of different tackle. And I believe in having a variety. I believe in having a variety of colors. You know, we don't have one specific bait sponsor for Panhandle Outdoors because it'll be hard for me to do it because I fish with different ones a lot and have success with different ones. But that bone color is tough.
Absolutely. You start throwing topwater, Coach, you'll catch less catfish.
I was trolling the other day on the kayak, just trolling. You know, and I really was out there exercising, but I was sticking a pole in it. And it was funny because we were catching them while we were trolling, which is hard to do.
Oh, yeah. And flounder, we've been getting a very good report of flounder. A lot of people gigging flounder already.
Yeah.
You know, also
I'm getting that.
Hook and line, you know, just out there anchoring up, you know, on the flats with bull minnows, which we should have our bull minnow delivery this morning.
I got a call yesterday, last night from Scott Lindsay, and they were tearing up the king mackerel in the pass again. There's been a lot of king mackerel in the pass.
Scott Lindsay's been fishing a lot. I passed him with that old ugly yellow boat he's got everywhere.
He has been out. He has been going a couple times a week.
And I'm glad. I know he's watching this morning. Scott, it's good to see you out on the water.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of serious and having good luck too. And he takes up, I think, a lot of fun in calling me about right there when he got a big one on. He said, "Oh, by the way, he wants to always ask what I'm doing, and I'm saying I'm working around the house or doing something. Well, I got a big one on right now. I'm gonna have to go."
Well, tell him to start sending you some video of it.
Well, he does need to do that. Yeah, he does. He does.
So.
Okay, let's take our final break, and we're gonna be back. I tell you what, before I break, Jeff, let's draw for our Top Knock Seafood giveaway. Every Friday we want to do that, and this Friday we're gonna draw two. I'm gonna let you draw, Brad. The first one's going to be a red snapper, and the second one's going to be a $20 gift certificate. Okay?
What are we going to do if I draw my own name?
I don't think you're in here, are you?
We might be.
All right.
Adam Taylor.
Adam Taylor, Panama City, Laird Street, Panama City Beach. That is a red snapper, Adam. Okay, pick it up this weekend.
And if you don't want to eat it, you can swing it by the shop. I'll put it to good use.
Leave it there, all right?
What are we drawing for here?
This will be a $20 gift certificate. Pick out whatever you want.
J.C. Pittman.
J.C. Pittman, okay, $20 for J.C. Pittman. That's the 2 winners, okay? Run by Tarpon Dock Seafood. Tell them you won it on May 16th, okay? Or I'm sorry, that's May 18th. Take a break, I'll be right back.
When you think of a successful hunting season, 2 things come to mind: Browning and C&G Sporting Goods. Browning is the best there is, and C&G Sporting Goods is your factory direct, full-line Browning dealer. C&G stocks Browning guns, camo, knives, scopes, gun safes, bows, and much more, including hunting and fishing license. Look over the new Browning BAR camo short right and X-Bolt rifles. Why pay good money for anything less than a Browning? Browning and C&G, the best there is. Home of the experts.
When you have work to do, get it done with a Kubota. Kubota is the top choice for reliability, efficiency, and value. And right now, during Kubota Rewards, take advantage of 0 down and 0% APR for up to 60 months on new Kubota utility and ag tractors, tractor loader backhoes, and utility vehicles. It pays to own orange. See your Kubota dealer today.
See and save on all Kubota tractors and equipment at Soul Tractor today.
Bill Kramer Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC is Panama City's exclusive full-line dealership. Built on a 45-year foundation of trust and total customer satisfaction in all departments, including our huge pre-owned department, where we'll pay top dollar for your current automobile as a trade-in, or we'll place your vehicle on our lot and help you sell it. At Bill Kramer Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. 4 decades, 3 generations, 1 tradition.
Sunrise to sunset. A walk through nature takes you on a journey of Florida's Emerald Coast. You'll encounter the wildlife, birds, lighthouses, indigenous to the beautiful land and seascapes of Florida. Set to the sounds of nature and enhanced with easy listening music. Only $14.95 plus $4.95 shipping and handling. NatureWalkDVD.com or send check or money order to the address on the screen. A walk through nature. Visually stunning.
Welcome back. Glad you're with us this Friday morning. We can't talk about all the things we talked off the air, but listen, Brad Stevens here, and we've got the famous Friday fishing forecast coming up. But right now, let's look at our express lane fishing game forecast for today. We're looking at our peak times from 10:55 to 12:55. We'll just say basically from 11 to 1. Take a great 2-hour lunch there. Tell the boss you got something to do, and go catch some fish. And then tonight, 11:17 to 1:17 if you're out floundering, okay?
And Jim, from Express Lanes, we know you're watching. Once again, thanks for sponsoring the show. And by the way, your hooks are in. So they're on the back counters. Look for me or Wade. We got them twist tied on the pegboard.
What kind of hooks did Jim get? Is it special hooks?
He's got some of those Joe Weedless. I believe they're 5/0 3/16 in blood color. That Captain Joe's Edge Weedless hook. I could be wrong. I know they're blood red. I could be wrong on the size and the weight, but we special ordered him some because.
Now you hear that, Bill Adam? Run by and get those hooks for Jim, okay? All right, let's take a look at our brought to us by Tarpon Dock, our famous Friday fishing forecast. Good folks, Greg Abrams and family down at Tarpon Dock Seafood. Great food. I had some grouper this week that we cooked for the faculty, and just had a great cookout. Some fresh seafood. They're really catching a lot of fish right now. Okay, the big thing, I start down in Carabel. Again, I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the show during the weather, the grouper report from down in Carabel has been excellent again this week. Each week I'm getting a good grouper report. Captain Blair Morgan talked to him yesterday by phone, had a good report there on the Spanish along the buoy line. The kids tournament was really good Saturday at St. Joe Beach at the marina there. 6-pound redfish, that's not bad. That's for a kid catching, is it? And then some large Spanish were brought in. So really nice report down there. Mexico Beach, Captain Mitch Coleman emailed last night. Said water temperature is 79 degrees there. Lots of bait pods from the canal to the buoy line. And they can be caught on large sabikis if you want to catch it. A great way to catch bait with these sabiki rigs. Plenty of small king mackerel at the car bodies and near the large structure. Catch them on dusters and cigar minnows. That's the old proven way right there. If you get a big blue runner down deeper, though, they're catching some bigger ones right there. And it's awesome. Lots of sargassum grass is showing up. And the flying fish are all the way out to about 12 miles there. Okay, here in Panama City, as we were just talking about your guys are doing good in West Bay, you're talking about.
Yeah, West Bay, trout and redfish, typically that early morning and late afternoon, pretty much like always, is the most productive. But even that midday bite's not bad. This time of year, that midday is really dependent on the tide. So if you get a big tide change, kind of middle part of the day, to get some fresh water moving around, it kind of cools it off, I think, and the bite turns on. And then in the Gulf, our kayakers are catching lots of mahi. I mean, there's just tons of mahi. Like I said, there's some sargassum weed pushing. We had weed lines in the bay behind the house the other day. I tried to get pictures of it, but I couldn't do it. And then blackfin tuna. There's been several blackfin tuna caught just out from the piers. They're out there trolling for kings. By the way, the kings are pretty good size right now.
Yeah.
Blackfin tuna is a great bycatch.
Speaking of pier report, I talked to them this week too, and they really caught a lot of Spanish again, and some redfish, and a few flounder and a few pompano. So the pier fishing was good this week too.
Yep, and you pier fishermen, we did get our Silly Willy jigs back in. We've been out of them forever. The Silly Willy pompano jigs, a lot of people are requesting them. And then we also have some, some other variations of the Silly Willy jig. So, if we're out of the actual Silly Willies, we have some other locally made, locally hand-tied jigs that should work just as well.
I saw where you had these little beach pier carts or fishing carts and all. They were really nice.
We just got our big shipment of pier carts back in, and somebody yesterday said we were the cheapest in town. So come out and look at them. I don't know if we are the cheapest in town or not, but I know we're definitely price competitive.
This report now will be on our website and all the fishing times for the upcoming week. Just go to Panhandle Outdoors and check in the fishing report and get all these times and all. Freshwater, I've talked to several people. Freshwater, lake fishing has been pretty good on bass this week. The river fishing, again, the rivers are really low, folks. So you just be careful out there. You can catch some fish. We're on waning side of the moon, and this weekend we're going to have a great time to go floundering too, because it's going to be the moon's going to be hid, so Saturday night. A lot of folks like to flounder on Saturday night, and it's a good time to go.
I just like to flounder on no wind and no moon nights.
Well, we may have it tomorrow night.
So we'll have for this weekend, we'll have plenty of crickets, crappie minnows, shiners, and all of your worms.
Do you have any gigs out there?
We do. We have some gig heads, some B&M heads, and then we have the bamboo cane poles that are spun down on one end with a plug to fit the B&M gigs.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, that's a fish report. I mean, all you got to do if you go, the weekend looks good, and you go wade fishing, you go kayak fishing, you go canoe, you can go out in a big boat.
Absolutely, but you can't catch anything sitting on the couch.
That's right. We're going to try to take some of our kids on the Florida Queen tomorrow morning if everybody shows up, and also a little half-day trip, and see what we can do on that. But Brad, I want to thank you for coming on again.
Thank you for having me.
Brad's always good to have on. Always had a lot of good information. We're going to have to wrap it up for the week. We've had a good week on Panhandle Outdoors. As always, we appreciate watching the show and all. And, you make sure you get out this weekend, do something outdoors with your family. And today, sometimes you have an opportunity to do something good for someone else. And take advantage of that. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.